The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and verse number 1. Behold, the Elohim maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattered abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury. Let's get that definition of the word usury.
Here's the definition of usury: the illegal action or practice of lending money at unreasonably high rates of interest.
Okay, and that's what we're going to get into in this lesson. Okay, we're going to get into the unrighteous decrees of Esau Edom. Okay, all right. But before I go further, I want to start off by saying I give all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach Barakatai, the Howard for this lesson, the Howard for the house of King David, the third temple that's being built here in the daughter of Babylon, and where we've been scattered at the four corners of the four winds of the earth. The Howard for King David, who will rule well under Yahweh Shai, Mashiach. The Howard for the 12 apostles and the 144,000. The Howard for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. At the Howard for the men of David that's out in the highways and the byways, doing this work in sincerity and in truth, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice, holy and unacceptable unto Abba Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shalom, Mashabarai, the Howard for the late men, women, and children, of Yashwala, Shalom, Barakatai. So the definition of usury, the illegal action or practice of lending money at what unreasonable high rates of interest. Okay, but there was prohibition of usury. Now, when we go into the Merriam, meaning the Merriam-Webster, usuries, the lending of money with an interest charge for its use. Okay, the lending of money at exorbitant interest rates. Okay, and on what unconscionable or exorbitant rate or amount of interest. Okay, all right. So this is how Esau, through his banking practices, okay, he do everything through usury. And when you deal with the dollar, okay, which is a Ponzi scheme, because is a fiat currency and it's not backed by anything intangible. All right. Okay, the dollar is not backed by anything because we know Richard Nixon in 1970 went away from the gold standard, right, in 71 and signed that deal with Saudi Arabia that everybody had to buy oil with U.S. currency, right? Buy that black oil with the U.S. currency that became the petrodollar. All right. Okay. And now, since that deal has expired, that 50-year deal has expired from 1974 to 2024, and we see that Saudi Arabia have joined an allegiance with Russia, okay, and the BRICS nation. So you got to understand all that paper money, that fiat currency, that's not no longer backed by gold or silver, not even this oil. Okay, it has caused it's going to cause super inflation, and that's crashing the America economy. And now you having these banks are bellying up, and these banks are closing through the lending practices. You're not even able to go in the bank and get certain amount of money, okay, with them asking a lot of questions. All right, because the bank just don't have the money in the bank to give out because they got to circulate the dollars and keep it moving around to try to keep up this Ponzi scheme. Okay, all right, so that's what's going on. All right, so they just buying time at the pump. All right, so Esau Edom, he's ready to come out with it, that digital CBDC, that digital currency, because this paper money ain't no good, and it's also to keep surveillance on the citizens of USA and throughout the earth. All right, so I don't want to make the video or the lesson too much about that. I want to go more into the offices and these high-rise buildings becoming empty, and I want to focus more on that in this lesson in this video. We're gonna watch a clip. It's called "No One Is Ready for What's Coming." This is the title of Redacted. Okay, it's 2024. It's over. Salakia, Yasharala. 2024 is not over yet. Okay, all right. So no one is ready for what's coming this fall. Okay, all right. So we gotta be prepared. We gotta be observant. We gotta be watching and keeping eyes on our enemies, watching Satan devices, as it say in the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11. Okay, the Most I say, beware of Satan devices, and this is a device. All right, so things are brewing. We're getting closer and closer to the return of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that's why you got to be watchful, Yasharala, because all hell finna break loose. Let's check out this clip. We're going to bring out some more precepts in Isaiah 24 and a few other precepts in Isaiah, and we're going to close out. I hope that this lesson will be edification and exaltation, and I give all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh Bashim Shai. We do these lessons and videos for the elect of Israel, the saints, okay, the hopeful elect, the 1/3, the 144,000. All right, so that's why we do these lessons, okay, to feed the sheep. Okay, so we do these lessons to feed Yasharallah, okay, so we can get built up in the spirit, right? Because the Most High says, Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourself together, O nation I desire. Let's bring that out right quick before I watch this clip. I'll come back to Isaiah 24, but I want to put some meat on it, and these prophecies are being fulfilled, okay? So we got to watch the prophecy, and we can see that America is being destroyed. And we give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, right? The Most High said, gather yourselves together, ye nation, Salaka, ye, gather together, O nation I desire. Talking about Israel, Yasharallah. Before the decree, before Salaki, Yasharallah, I don't know, my vision. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Elohim come upon you, before the day of the Elohim's anger come upon you. And that's what we telling our people. It's time to come together. It's time to come to your power and forsake America and come up out of her customs. Okay? Seek ye the Elohim, all ye meek, okay, of the earth. And I just want to be a meek servant. Okay, the Most High said the meek shall inherit the earth, right? Matthew 5 and 5. Which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness. So it's time to seek righteousness, which is the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments. So that's what we telling our people. The Most High is warning you to seek his righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Elohim anger. So the only way to be hid in this judgment is in this truth. Okay? The Most High did say that ye may be hid. So to hide yourself from the Most High judgment upon USA, where it's to seek his righteousness is. I mean, it's self-explanatory. The Most High is self-explanatory. So if you want to hide yourself, you got to gather yourself together and seek his righteousness because we in a time of judgment. Okay, we finna get up out this thing, Yasharala. Let's go back to the book of Isaiah chapter 24. We're going to check out the clip, but I want to bring out some precepts before we get to the clip because we're going to watch about 4 or 5 minutes of the clip. So I want to bring out some precepts for edification and exaltation. Okay, all right, because America is through. This whole she finished. And they telling you, even these Edomites, they're telling you that this place is done, man. I don't know what more you want, Israel. If you ain't getting it, if you don't understand, what more do you want? We making it plain upon tables, as it say in the book of Habakkuk. All right, so let's be repetitive. Isaiah 24 and 2. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller. Because you have the buyer and the seller. You have the maid. You have the maid to her master or her master. Okay, so with the buyer and the seller, as with the lender. Okay, Esau is the lender. The Most High say, he shall lend to us. We wouldn't lend to him. That was part of the curses in Deuteronomy 28, right? That he will lend to us. We will go to him and want of all things. All right? Because we the tail, not the head, Israel. So with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury. So Esau is the taker of usury, and he also is the giver of usury. Can't make it up, right? To him. The land shall be utterly empty, and we're going to focus more on that. We're going to focus more. You seen the movie with I Am Legend with Will Smith. Okay? So the Most High is going to empty this land, Israel. The land shall be utterly empty. This is all in the book. The good book, right? The book that you don't subscribe to. And utterly spoil. You see? Stop setting your affliction on this world. Stop trying to build here. This place is through. Stop being excited about a kingdom that's on her way out, Israel. Is you getting it? This kingdom is through. What the hell is you holding on to? For the Elohim had spoken this word, the earth mourned. The earth is catching hell here. Trees are dying, the grass are dying. Look at your grass. Have you seen the grass lately? How they turn brown? With all the toxic here in Babylon, the grass is not growing. You got chemtrails, you got these satellites shooting all these radiation 5G network towers and all kind of shit. So this man is killing the earth, man. The earth is mourning. The earth is not happy. Israel, is you getting it? The most I say, the earth is not even happy. The earth mourning. That's what mourning means. You know what the word mourn? When you mourn, you lamenting. To mourn means to lament. And faded away, the world languisheth, you see, and faded away. The haughty people of the earth, because haughty mean proud. You got a lot of proud folks walking around here, starting with Esau Edom. The haughty people of the earth do languish. See? The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, Israel, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. You Israelites, 230 you Israelites, right? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, but any time of niggas sent. You start reading the book of the law, you start hearing a lot of noise. Everybody going in and out now, you see? See, spirits. Start prophesying spirits. People start moving, getting antsy. Therefore had the curse devoured the earth, you see? It's all spiritual, Israel. And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned and few men left. And that's what's going to be happening in World War III. The new wine mourning, the vine language, all the merry heart do sing. Because we singing a new song, Israel and Babylon. We got this truth. We singing that we the Hebrew Israelites. We sing in the name of our Heavenly Father, our Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. We're rehearsing these righteous acts to the best of our ability, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments. Our high holy days to the best of our ability. Not eating abominable meats. That's a new song, right? The mirth of terror ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended. It's no more good times in Babylon. That's why the Most I say the mirth mean good times, happy days. It's no more happy days here in Babylon. Everybody bugging the hell out. Nobody, it ain't that much happy days up in here. At least the Israelites don't know what the hell going on. They just bug the hell out. Don't see the danger coming their way, right? They still getting turned under 2/3. The noise of them that rejoice ended, you see? But the Most High finna turn it up. So it's finna increase. Wickedness finna increase. Evil and only evils come, right? Ezekiel 7:4. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine where they song, you see? Strong drink shall be what bitter to them. They drink it, you see? The city of confusion, which is the daughter of Babylon, the land of confusion, right? Is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkening. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is love desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction, Israel. So let's check out this clip. Now, everything I just read to you in the book of the law, in the prophet Isaiah, you finna see it in the clip, Israel. It's all in the book. Let's check out the clip, and you finna see it for yourself.
Like dead body, basically, of the Statue of Liberty. Harris selling freedom as her political gang kills freedom. But I wanted to go to page 131 of the Trends Journal, Gerald, because I want to start here. Trends in the markets. You are being scammed and robbed blind on an unimaginable scale. It's about to get much worse.
Usury, right?
So let's talk about.
And that's why we define the word usury, scam. You see? That's what's going on, Israel. It's going down, right? I just read it out of the book of the law, right? Everything he's saying, I just read it to you out of the book, Israel. But let's continue on.
the market. How is it about to get much worse, and how are we being scammed right now?
No one hardly is talking about this at all. You just mentioned about Warren Buffett selling all those shares of Bank of America. Did you see what happened this week at the Bank of Montreal? Oh, the shares are only down 7%. Well, how come? Well, because let's see, it's in the Trends Journal this week. Today, because of its overexposure to commercial real estate, the Bank of Montreal's shares tanked some 7% as we go to press. This is just the beginning. The worst is yet to come. Commercial real estate. Let's look at the facts. Not too long ago in 2020, the politicians declared, quote, the COVID war. That's what they all called it. They called it a war. We're going to war. We're going to war. We're going to war. And just as people march off to war all the time, when they call war, they marched off to the war. What did they say? You can't go to work. Get into your house. You can't go out. Now people are staying home week after week, month after month, year after year. And they're saying to themselves, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to commute an hour and a half each way, spending all this money. I can't believe I was doing this. I'm not going to do it anymore. Now I'm the guy that has, let's say, 10 stories in a building. And I say, I got these people in cubicles. I don't see them anyway. Let them work at home. Let them come in a couple of days a week. Your office.
He said people don't want to drive and do the commute an hour and a half each way because people is at the end of their ropes. How long would this be? Let's bring a precept on that. People is tired. They throwing their hands up because people is working and still homeless. People is working and still can't afford to pay their mortgage. Still can't afford to pay their light and gas and grocery. Still can't afford to pay their rent, but they working. They are working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours a week and still struggling. The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 5. Let's see what I want. The Most High said, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches, you see, are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it is fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. This is it. He talk about Warren Buffett, okay, taking his shares out of B of A. These banks, B of A, them is closing. You got banks, big major banks are closing. Because the money is not in the bank and they going cashless. They finna karagma you, right? Revelation 13 and 16 and 17. They finna digitize you, Israel. That's why they pulling out. Behold, the hire of the labors which have reaped down your fields going to the work. They tired, Israel. That's what's going on. They tired. People are tired. They at they with, which is of you kept by fraud. You see, didn't we read that in the book of Isaiah? Fraud. All right, usury. That's all the same thing, Israel. It's all the same thing. Cry it. And the cries of them which have reaped, the people, the citizens, they can't take it no more. Okay, they can't take it no more, Israel. And that's going to create a civil war, a civil unrest, uproars against the government. That's going to go into Esdras, 2nd Esdras 15 and 15. Sedition among men. You see, it all go hand in hand with the prophecies which have reaped or entered into the ears of the Elah of the Shabbat. Okay, so people that they whip, they can't do it no more. Especially when you're working and you're not accomplishing. You got holes in your pocket, right? As it say in the book of Haggai 1 and 6. Let's continue on.
A week. Your office occupancy rate, according to Castle Systems with a K, is 48.8%.
Look at the empty offices, Israel. Is you seeing it? You watching the video, you can see what I see, right? Offices are empty. These high-rise buildings in these cities are empty, Israel. There's no more work in Egypt. It's falling apart. We just read that in Isaiah 24. Let's go back to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. I'm finna close out, Israel. We bringing it to you. Either you bear witness, you're getting built up by these videos. If you're getting built up, let it be known, right? I know this account is shadow banned. They do what they want with the Meek Service channel. Esau Edom, he doing what he want to do with the channel. But we still gonna bring it out, right? We still, bro. I know what's going on. I'm not in the dark. I know they didn't tamper with the channel. I know that much. All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse number 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. No, Salaki Yasharallah. It's not what I want to bring out. Let's go to the book of, verse number 9, Isaiah 19 and 9. The Most High said, moreover, they that work in the fine flight. You see these offices, they empty. These high-rise buildings, empty. Or is that 30% occupancy? 28% occupancy. See, they then made remote. You can work remotely, but even that is not working out. Moreover, they that work in the fine flax in somebody's offices, and they that weave the networks, the internet, you see, shall be confounded, Israel. That's what's going on. You see it. We watching the clip, and I just read the prophecy. You see what's going on.
48.8%. People aren't going back to work.
And you know the numbers is lower than 48%. Because when Esau give you the numbers, you know the numbers always worse than what they give you. It's always 3 times worse than what they give you. So if they say America have 2 million people that's homeless, well, guess what? It's going to be 3 times that. And they say America, whatever the case, whatever numbers they throw, you know it's worse than that, Israel. Come on now. You can see, you roll around, you see what's going on. You can feel it because you going through it in Babylon. You going through it economically. The morale in this place is going. You see what's happening.
And people that have the buildings that are renting them, they're not renewing their leases. You have $4 trillion worth of commercial real estate loans coming up over the next 2 years. And again, the data's all there, but nobody's reporting on it because there's going to be the office building bust that we had forecast would happen. We said this would happen, by the way, in May of 2020. No one's talking about it because the banks are going to go bust. There's going to be massive defaults on loans. And let's go back. Tracking trends is an understanding of how we got here, where we are, and where we're going. And the current events form the future trends. So let's go back to 2020. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go to work. Here's free money. We're going to bring those interest rates down to zero and pump in trillions of dollars of fake money backed by nothing and printed on nothing. So here's the deal. The banks got all that dough as people were staying at home and putting their money in the banks. And what did? They bought treasuries. Oh, when interest rates were down to zero? And now they have all these defaults coming in on bank loans, on office building loans that no one is talking about, that they're not going to be able to cover. Why do you think the Bank of Montreal stock went down? Why do you think Buffett is bailing out? We are going to have a banking bust crisis, the likes of which we've never seen in the history of the world, part one or part two.
And these small regional banks